Hey everybody, this is the Crossman Sports Talk Podcast, episode 18. How's everyone doing tonight? We wanted to start off the night bringing back guess who's back here, so.
Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back.
So Brian's back tonight. Took a 2-week absence, but he is back to join us, back with the team. Welcome back, Brian.
Thank you for having me back, and my vag feels great.
I'm glad to hear it. You had the full rejuvenation and everything's flapping perfect.
Yep, had the lips shaved down. Man, it's starting to sound like some shudders.
Is it true of just years of getting pounded for a
long time? I made a lot of money at one point, but it loosened me up pretty good. But I'm tightened back.
So what do you got to do? Take it in the can now?
No, I got a daddy stitch.
Oh, okay. Nice.
It helped.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
So we're going to start off the night.
So happy to be back.
We're going to start off the night with the retiring of Drew Brees. He announced the other day that he is retiring after 20 years in the NFL, 15 with the Saints and 5 with the Chargers, of course. He was a 13-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Super Bowl champ, and he's got several records. He ended up retiring at the age of 42 years old. He just, the past 2 seasons he's played, just injuries, and he missed a lot of downtime, and I think he finally called it a shot, and why not? He just got offered a job with NBC Sports to do football in America, so he's going to make more money not getting crushed by a big fucking defensive lineman.
There's no doubt about it. The game's going to miss him. He's as classy as they come.
He was a great quarterback.
I mean, everything about him was great. Not only was he a great player, great father, great husband, he was great for the game of football. I mean, something for these young kids to look up to, that you can actually look up to, and not 2 years down the road going, oh, this guy got busted for raping a woman or drugs or beating his wife or some shit. He's real. And he's going to be missed, man. I tell you, especially for the Saints.
Yeah, he was a great quarterback. You guys, I mean, he's going to definitely be a first-round Hall of Famer without a shout.
First ballot, easy.
Also,
things fucked up if he's not.
if you check up on every stat, he's like number 1 and 2 in every single stat you can look at, from a quarterback: passing yards, touchdowns, everything. He's first and second in all of them. Long-time Pro Bowler, like 13 times, I think, 12, and Super Bowl winner and all that. So yeah, there's no doubt he should.
Yeah,
he should be
Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Fuck, he's got everything.
Yeah, there's everything check mark, even a Super Bowl too.
Yeah, good. I mean, yeah, and he was a great dude.
One of the best of all time. Like Brian said, just a great guy too. I mean, it's, even if you didn't root for the Saints, you always rooted for Drew Brees, just because, guys like that you look up to, and like seeing guys like that succeed. So yeah, Drew Brees, class act all the way around, and great football player, But like I said, 20 years, it's, last couple of years pretty rough on him, and then last year he took that shot in the Niner game that was pretty brutal, And
Yeah.
I think you just get to the point, to where, like we talked about with Tom Brady, he had that knee injury that one year, but other than that, he's pretty much stayed healthy his whole career. He's never taken that vicious shot. And like I said, with Brees taking that last year, I think you get to that point in life to where you're like, one more of these, I could be done completely the rest of my life. So
yeah,
I think he made that smart decision. He may have gone on and played some more if.
I think if he wouldn't have taken that shot, I think he would have.
I think he would have, and then also to the fact, it was kind of iffy with the Saints anyway, with their cap problem, and he, what was the cap hit on Brees? Over $20 million, right?
Yeah,
close to 30.
So,
yeah,
close to 30.
20, 26 or something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I'm sure it had a lot to do with it all the way around, because think about it. Do you think, with the biggest problems the Saints have had with their cap space, do you think they would have brought him back? Or, because he wouldn't have gone to another team.
It would have definitely been restructured. It would have had to have been.
Right.
If he would have decided to keep playing. I mean, but like you said, taking that big hit against the Niners, yeah, what did he come back after? He came back crazy earlier than they thought he would. Yeah. And I think you could tell that he was hurt the whole year after that. And I think he just said, well, fuck, this took me too long. I don't recover like I used to. And I think that's what called it. I think if he wouldn't have got hurt, I think he would have kept playing.
I think so too. I think that shot had a lot to do with it, and the injuries the last 2 years. So, but like I said, either way, great quarterback, great human being. So congratulations to Drew Brees on a great career.
Yeah. People were also pissed off about this one guy made a top 5 list of quarterbacks all time.
Ryan Clark.
Yeah, he put Patrick Mahomes at 5 instead of Drew Brees. Patrick Mahomes, he's done things.
Yeah, but he's been a starter for 3 fucking years.
And
How do you put him ahead of Drew Brees?
And guys like
Clark's an idiot.
Yeah, Ryan Clark's an idiot to me. Sorry. Fuck off, Ryan Clark.
The other 4 were okay, but then when it got to Mahomes, it kind of got really, really bad. I don't know how he questioned.
Montana was the only old school quarterback you put in it.
Yeah,
it was Brady, Montana, Rodgers, and then Peyton Manning, and then Patrick Mahomes.
Whatever.
I can't believe he put Patrick Mahomes.
That was his top 5 list. Ryan Clark. Ryan Clark's an idiot.
Patrick Mahomes.
He's a fucking hater. He always has been.
People think Patrick Mahomes is going to be better all time. Yeah, maybe down the road, but 3 years in the league.
Yeah, Drew Brees played 20 fucking years. Show the man a little bit of respect,
People don't show much respect to Drew Brees at all.
No.
When they put him on the QB, they always put him at 8, 7.
Because he's short and white.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Plain and simple.
And and looks like right now to replace Drew Brees for the Saints, it's going to be a battle between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill, which New Orleans signed both of them back to join the team. So it looks like Taysom Hill's contract they did some restructuring to make some cap space. So they did a 4-year, $140 million contract extension with him. All years are voidable though, and it's kind of just a way for them to make space this year.
Yeah, but he makes more than Russ.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that takes it down.
How the fuck do you pay Taysom Hill more than Russell Wilson?
Taysom Hill's never even played a starting quarterback
You're
role.
kidding me? What was his contract?
A 4-year, $140 million deal, more than Russ. Russ gets paid $135 on his deal, I think.
Who got that?
Taysom Hill.
Get out.
Nope. That's legit.
I cannot get out. I have to stay in.
We could not leave.
I stay right in here.
Yeah, they signed him, and then Jameis Winston got a 1-year, $12 million deal. So they're going to battle for starter.
They paid 2 guys that.
You're not going to pay Taysom Hill that much.
I would rather pay fucking Jameis Winston.
More experience.
Yeah.
And he sucks, but he's more experienced.
Yeah, he's 25 times better of a passer.
Yeah, he's actually played a starting quarterback role. Taysom Hill's been back up, playing every other position his whole career.
Gimmick fucking plays.
And then gets paid more than a quarterback that's played 9 seasons. Russell Wilson has done way better than his whole career.
Good for the rest of the NFC.
Yeah, I'll take it. The NFC South's going to be happy about that. But these are big shoes to fill. So Brees ended his career he had several records, but he had 4 major NFL all-time records. So passes completed, he had 7,142 completed passes. He had 80,358 passing yards. And then his passes completed per game was 24.9. That's an NFL record right now. And then his total offensive yards in his career, 78,119. Those are the 4 major NFL all-time records. He also holds tiny ones. He got most games. He had 123 300-yard games, 300 passing yard games. 16 400-yard passing or plus passing games. Most games with 3 or plus passing touchdowns. He had 97 of those.
Jesus.
Most consecutive seasons with 20 plus passing yards. 17 seasons in a row.
And
so just all sorts of these rings. But he had so many records.
Wait, did you say the 5,000 yards? Because
he had crazy
and then he had 5 seasons with 5,000 plus passing.
I don't know how you can not put him in the top 5 of having those. Cause
that number is berserk. 5 years with 5,000 yards passing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So those are big shoes to fill.
Oh, it is. I mean, just not a blemish on the guy's record. I mean, he was unfairly hammered for his comments last year before the season. Unfairly hammered. Whatever. But yeah, he's class. He's going to be missed, definitely.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, good luck to him, and he's going to do well on NBC. I know it. I think he's also going to do the Notre Dame.
He's got big college games coming up too. They've already put him on some college games.
He's going to do and he'll be He'll be an analyst for Football Night in America for the pregame stuff. He'll be on there, and he'll start doing Notre Dame games. So hey, sweet deal, man.
Good
He's
for
gonna make way
him.
more money doing it this way.
Oh yeah, and a lot less on his body.
Yeah, oh for sure. So hey, well, good for him. So in other NFL news, this kind of came out a little bit this morning. Turns out the Chicago Bears were legit serious about Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
It came out per the Dan Patrick show actually
Yes.
reported this initially. That this is to show how aggressive Seattle or Chicago was in regards to pursuing Russell Wilson. There was a report came out that the Chicago offered Seattle a trade package that included 3 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and 2 starters. And those defensive starters are now coming out. They were defensive tackle Akeem Hicks, and then Khalil Mack were included in that group of players to choose from for the possibility.
Wow, that's
Jesus.
crazy.
So that was reported by Jason Lockenfora.
Oh, it was
So-
reported by Lockhand Fora.
and
That guy's half retarded.
and
I
then
don't know if
later
to trust
on-
what he says.
And then later on, Bears fans thought they were going to get a good quarterback like Deshaun or Russell. Nope, they ended up signing Andy Dalton to a 1-year, $10 million deal.
14.
14 board.
Yeah. Yeah, Bears fans give up their hopes every year and always blow it.
You know what? Like we talked about, though, think about it. We knew that somebody was going to take a big swing. At the end, we knew it was going to be the Bears. But think about that for a minute. I mean, here we are. Obviously, Russell's our quarterback, but that is a huge package to turn down.
No
And-
other
there's
team-
no doubt about it, but like Gavin and I were talking about it driving here, honestly, really, the Bears are going to be 20th in the draft this year. And then if you do get Russ, that's 2 to 3 wins just having that kind of a quarterback. So what kind of first rounders are we looking at, though? Honestly,
That's true.
you know, truly 20 and back for the Bears for the next 3 years. So I mean, yeah, would I love to have Khalil Mack and Akeem Hicks? Fuck. I mean, if that's the truth, that's a big deal. But the 3 first rounders, man, it's tough. They say what? Top 18 really are first rounders. Pick 19 to 32, they say you can throw them in the second round back. There's truly only 18 first round picks.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? That are worth
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
You know?
Still, as much as it, but that still, I don't think I've ever heard that type of
No.
package deal to.
And not only that, you could use them as bargaining chips. I mean, you could trade them for players, and I get it. That's a lot. Fuck, but
But again, like we talked about though, a quarterback. I mean, it's hard.
they're a dime a
in
dozen,
this league.
man.
No, they're not. I mean, yeah, you can go get anybody, but to get a top tier
Oh,
quarterback,
franchise guys.
they're not a dime a dozen.
They're
Impossible to get, actually. You know,
what is there? 8 of them.
top tier. So I could see, you hear the package and you're like, oh my God, that's a lot not to jump on it. But like Brian just said, you got a top-notch quarterback. It's hard to let him go. Everybody's looking for that guy. So
Yeah.
I can understand why Pete put the kibosh on it. Oh, Brian's back. Good God, it was smoke-free.
They said this would have been the largest player trade in recent memory if this ended up happening.
Yeah, and there's no other team that can make that same. If Pete Carroll stepped that trade down, there's no way he accepts another trade besides that.
No, there's no way.
He would have
Who would step up and give any more
nobody.
than that? What 2 players are you going to give on defense that can, unless somebody's willing to throw out 4 first-round picks, and that's not going to happen.
Only problem I think Pete Carroll had with the defensive players is that they're getting older now.
Not
He's
Khalil Mack. He's not getting older, is he?
He's still in.
He's
I would
in
say
his
he's at the
20s.
tail end of his prime.
And then Keem Hicks is like 30, 31. So I kind of think that also played a role. But
Yeah.
also the picks too being more later picks.
It's you're never gonna know. I mean,
No.
you're never gonna know how it would work out.
Yeah, but they said John Schneider met up with the GM in Chicago. And they met up with, I think it's Ryan Pace. They met in North Dakota
Fargo.
in Fargo, and they were at a pro day
Yeah, and had a secret meeting.
and had a conversation, And then, yeah, sat overnight and thought about it, and Pete put